You hast thrust sore at I that I may fall, but the Lord helped I. The Lord is my strength and song, and it's become my salvation. The voice of rejoicing and salvation is in the tabernacles of the righteous. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. The right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Rastafari. Greetings, giving thanks. Ra supports the headline. Beautiful today. Wonderful day out. And I really didn't plan on coming on here and doing this. As a matter of fact, I've been taking a step back and reorganizing my thoughts, reorganizing the direction, and if need be, it's time. It's time, but only if need be. If the Lord calls us, it's time. But that just brings me to my point, is that this right here, when I do this, or if I call the radio, or if I do anything, I'm always thinking to myself that I'm talking to the oppressor. Even if I'm talking to myself in my kitchen or living room, I'm hoping that the oppressor can hear me. And I'm knowing that the oppressor can hear me, because when we speak from the heart, it's the spirit that moves, and it moves other spirits. So what we have here is another survey that was done by the Pew Center, and the woman that was on NPR this morning apparently is telling us this survey concluded that social media is not stressing people out as much as they may think. Now, the one thing that they tried to batter into our heads before they even got into some of the details was that there's this underlying narrative out there that people think social media, and not just social media, but just basically digital interaction, is making our lives stressful. Now, this is something that I surely believe is the truth, and yet I have not seen that from other people. I have not seen that viewpoint out there at all. And I'm on YouTube, or I shouldn't say YouTube, I'm on the internet looking at news and everything else 4 or 5 hours a day, perhaps. I read as much magazine or newspaper publications as I can get my hands on, and I listen to the radio almost all day. So I don't watch TV. Maybe this is something that the television's spreading around. Maybe somebody can tell me, but I highly doubt it, because I've seen some of what they're saying on the TV. They're going through gas stations, restaurants, whatever. Going in customers' houses, because the average person watches TV in America about, I think it's 8 hours a day. And you know, you might be surprised by that, but if you go, like in my business, if you actually go to some people's houses, especially the poorest people, the people that live in trailers, that's all they do. Their TV is practically bigger than their trailer. They might as well live in their TV and watch their trailer. Twilight zone in their head. They're just zoned in, you know, and whatever flashes in front of their face is that image that they're going to interpret. You know the images that Babylon worships. Yeah. So this is the same thing that we're dealing with. And people say, well, what's it to you? You know, if you're not doing it, you're not doing it. Well, we have to go out and we have to serve these people. And if these people are constantly being misguided into that direction, and certainly they're not going to be people that are going to treat you decently or fairly. And that's what we're having to deal with. Of course, everybody kind of relies on everybody because of economics, because of the state, the enforcer, because they won't let us have a free electricity or let us grow our free food or live on our free land that was given to us freely by our Creator. The state has imposed to make you do those transactions, so it automatically molds this culture. Yeah, it tailors this culture based on the amount of interaction these people are having digitally. Now, getting back to social media stressing people out. You know, the social media, especially the smartphone and email, is designed for corporations. It's designed for the ruling rulers. They need to be able to contact their salespeople and give them certain information. These are things that they weren't able to do before. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but if you was a sales guy in the 1950s, I think your life would have been much better than it would be today. Today, you're bombarded constantly with emails and phone calls and everything else. You can't tell me that's not going to make your life more stressful. Now, this survey, from what I heard, was only 10 questions. 3 of them she read something about, is your life overwhelmed? Are you overwhelmed in life? Are you, you know, gonna crack up? Or, you know, these are questions that people aren't probably gonna answer 100% honestly because they don't know. Who knows when they're gonna crack up? Who knows when they're overwhelmed? Yeah? So people want to give the impression that, oh no, I can handle my job. Of course, let's be honest. People that take surveys, we don't think that we're just taking random surveys. I mean, maybe you didn't require them to put their name on it, but yet you had to find them somehow, didn't you? So people, I believe, are gonna exaggerate their position on surveys towards what's gonna make their life more easy, and that usually comes with the capital, at least in their mind. Yeah. So if they believe that they're going to get a promotion, if let's say they say, oh, I'm not overwhelmed, and oh, I love emails, of course, right? Because if they say, no, I am overwhelmed and I hate emails, they're probably thinking in the back of my mind, this survey is probably coming from my boss. So you can't really depend on these surveys. And here's the kick. They don't just give you, you know, every single survey they do, they exploit it, right? They let us know? No. They only give you the ones that benefit their interests, the ruling rulers. You know, the Silicon Valley team, these libertarians. They don't want any law. They want to be able to tap everybody, record and monitor everybody's information. There is no 4th Amendment. Yeah? There is no 10th Amendment. Yeah? And there is no 1st Amendment, playing by their rules. But apparently, like some of them said, we're not going to vote on this. We're going to go this way, in this direction anyway. Well, you know, it's not going to work. Because the Spirit, as I have proclaimed from day one, the Spirit always rules. It conquers everything.